Returns are the quiet saboteurs of modern supply chains. For years, companies have chased forward efficiency, faster fulfillment, lower last-mile costs, leaner inventories, while overlooking the other half of the logistics equation. What happens when the product comes back? In today's global environment, returns aren't rare exceptions. They're systemic, constant, and massively expensive. In the US alone, over $550 billion worth of goods were returned in 2020, and the cost to process those returns routinely consume up to 30% of the item's original sale value. But this isn't just a B2C e-commerce problem. In B2B, high-value returns, from spare parts to leased assets, carry operational and financial complexity that, left unmanaged, bleeds profitability. This video uncovers what global academic research has to say about returns logistics that don't kill margin. We'll explore how companies can reduce return volumes, minimize processing costs, optimize recovery, and even turn reverse logistics into a competitive advantage, all backed by deep data, not intuition. Behind every returned product lies a web of hidden costs: transportation in reverse, extra handling, inspection labor, inventory holding, potential refurbishment, and often, outright value loss. Academic case studies consistently show that reverse flows are less efficient, more labor-intensive, and less predictable than forward logistics. Returned goods often arrive in single units, poorly packaged, unsorted, and in varying conditions. That creates noise in warehouses designed for uniformity. From a cost perspective, reverse logistics processes can consume 20 to 30% of a product's original value before even considering markdowns from depreciation or losses from items that miss their resale window. What's more, these flows consume warehouse space, tie up capital in idle inventory, and drain customer service teams with refund processing. And yet, in most organizations, these costs are siloed, buried, and rarely optimized with the same rigor as outbound freight. In both B2C and B2B, returns logistics represents one of the few remaining frontiers of margin leakage and of margin opportunity. The best return is the one that never happens. Research shows that most returns, particularly in B2C, stem not from product failure, but from unmet expectations. Wrong size, unclear descriptions, or buyer's remorse drive a significant share of e-commerce returns. And in B2B, poor fit-for-purpose, incorrect specifications, or over-ordering lead to avoidable return volume. Academic studies suggest that by focusing on prevention rather than processing, firms can generate disproportionate ROI. For example, improving product data, using AI-driven sizing tools, and clarifying marketing claims has been shown to cut returns by double-digit percentages. Even something as subtle as green nudging, reminding customers of the environmental impact of a return, can reduce returns without hurting sales. In B2B, preventing errors through digitized ordering and proactive support reduces RMAs before they begin. Returns are feedback. When companies listen to that feedback, through text mining, topic modeling, or return reason analytics, they gain a map of what needs fixing upstream. It's a quiet truth in the literature. Companies that learn from returns return less and protect margin in the process. Handling returns in-house often means throwing them into a pile, figuratively and sometimes literally. That's why leading firms increasingly partner with third-party logistics providers, 3PLs, that specialize in reverse logistics. Academic case studies from the UK and Asia Pacific show that 3PLs, when focused on returns, can centralize volume, standardize triage, and recapture value that would otherwise be lost. At the heart of this advantage is scale. A dedicated reverse logistics center processes thousands of returns daily, with trained staff, automated sortation, and clear classification systems that separate restockable items from those needing repair or recycling. One such 3PL studied over an 18-month period achieved both cost savings and higher resale rates for its clients by applying a returns value continuum, moving items up from scrap to refurbishment to resale. For B2B manufacturers, 3PLs often manage global warranty flows or spare part recalls, ensuring compliance and speed. For retailers, they offload the operational chaos of post-peak returns, but this isn't just about outsourcing, it's about leveraging expertise. When reverse logistics is treated like a core function, either in-house or with partners, it becomes leaner, faster, and financially recoverable. If forward logistics was transformed by automation, reverse logistics is finally catching up. The research is clear. Technology reduces per-return cost and cycle time. RFID, for instance, allows for bulk scanning of incoming returns, no need for line-of-sight barcode checks, and automates restocking or routing decisions. Studies show RFID-enabled return centers can cut handling costs by up to 30%. At a higher level, warehouse automation, sortation belts, robotic arms, vision systems add speed and consistency in unpacking, grading, and routing returns. In parallel, AI models are being deployed to predict return likelihood before the sale even ships, optimizing packaging, pre-sale guidance, or return routing. Other AI tools use NLP to scan customer comments and uncover root causes of returns by product line, while image recognition spots fraud or mismatches. On the sustainability side, IoT-enabled packaging records shock, temperature, or usage history, helping determine if a return is valid or if a product has been tampered with. Together, these technologies don't just reduce labor, they create a stream of data that makes reverse logistics visible, predictable, and accountable. And when a process becomes visible, it becomes manageable, and margins become defensible. Returns logistics is no longer just a financial issue, it's an environmental and regulatory imperative. Around the world, governments are placing responsibility for end-of-life products back on producers. In the EU, Extended Producer Responsibility, EPR, mandates that manufacturers must organize and finance the collection and recycling of electronics, packaging, and other categories. In the US, state-level laws are emerging around e-waste and packaging takebacks. In parallel, the right to repair movement is pushing firms to design products that are easier to fix rather than replace, turning repair and spare parts into new flows within reverse logistics. Academic studies analyzing these mandates find that companies that proactively redesign for reuse, modular repair, and closed-loop returns see both regulatory compliance and cost savings. Reverse logistics is thus moving from reactive to strategic, not just a function of customer service, but a core part of a sustainable supply chain. Firms that create efficient, traceable, and resource-recovering reverse flows will not only comply, they'll discover new revenue channels like certified refurbished markets or remanufactured lines. The planet and your profit margins are increasingly linked through the same reverse pathways. What makes returns logistics hard isn't just the cost, it's the uncertainty. You never know what's coming back, when, or in what condition. That's why researchers are turning to optimization models to bring order to the chaos. Mathematical frameworks, often built with linear programming, simulation, and scenario planning, help firms decide how many return centers to operate, where to locate them, how to staff them, and which disposition path yields the highest net value. For instance, a returned item might be worth reselling, refurbishing, or recycling, but only if the cost of processing is lower than the value recovered. Optimization models weigh these choices across volume, cost, lead time, and even carbon impact. Some models even integrate AI forecasts of return probability with network decisions, simulating returns peaks after holidays or product launches. In both B2C and B2B, companies using these tools have reported double-digit cost savings in reverse flows. The key insight: you can't cut what you can't model. And when firms start modeling returns the way they model production or fulfillment, they unlock hidden efficiencies and reframe returns as a solvable problem, not an unpredictable drag. It's time to rethink what a return means. It's not a loss. It's an opportunity to learn, to recover, and to deepen customer trust. Companies that treat reverse logistics as a value stream rather than a cost center are finding ways to recapture margin, improve loyalty, and build circular business models. Academic literature increasingly frames returns as a design challenge, design for recovery, design for repair, design for reuse. Every reverse touchpoint is a chance to reduce waste, reinforce service promises, and gather data that makes the next sale smarter. The financial math is compelling. When firms reduce avoidable returns, increase recovery rates, and speed up refund cycles, they not only protect margin, they expand it, especially in a world of rising input costs, regulatory scrutiny, and sustainability expectations. Mastering returns isn't optional. It's a core competency for competitive supply chains. As one researcher put it, in the future, reverse logistics won't be a problem to fix, it'll be a capability to showcase. Thanks for watching today's video. I hope you found it helpful and insightful. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button and subscribe to logisticsABC. Turn on notifications so you never miss out on future videos. Check out the recommended videos here for more great content. Thanks for being part of the logisticsABC community, and see you in the next video.